Okay, I think we're all set to start now. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tom Kelly, and I'll be taking you through this webinar today. We'll be looking at the 7th part of our webinar series, Managing Change. Here's a brief outline of the topics we'll be talking about today. We'll have a bit of background about the Direct English International Language Center here in Malaysia. We'll look at some of the history and achievements of our parent companies, the Linguaphone Group UK and Direct English UK. Then we'll have an overview of the Business English course before we get on to our sample lesson for today, Managing Change. Then we have some information about various promotions that we're running, and we'll open the floor to some questions after that. So if you have any queries or anything you can think of, please use our chat service in the Zoom session, and we'll deal with those questions at the end. So we'll start off by talking about the Direct English International Language Center. Now we're centrally situated in Kuala Lumpur. We've got great public transport links with several LRT, MRT bus stations nearby, and the center is staffed by several professional and friendly teachers who are helping lots of people achieve their language goals, all committed to helping you learn in a way that is convenient to you. We've got a few shots here of the inside of the center. We have our regular classroom area. You can see where we do our language workshops. And we have a common study area. We have resources on one side at the back you can just make out, as well as some of the computers that we use for assessments and exams. Now, the DEILC is an authorized test center for LinguaSkill, which is the program created by Cambridge Assessment English. This program is used by universities globally and recognized by 20,000 leading university employers and governments. It's a fast and modular way to assess language level and set competency ratings. The DEILC is also a member of the National Association of Private Educational Institutions in Malaysia. Now, this group sets out to further the interests of private education institutions and to raise Malaysia's status as a center for educational excellence around the world. And we offer several courses at the DEILC. We have full courses, such as the one we're talking about today. We also run several short courses, language workshops, all provided by our parent company, the Linguaphone Group and Direct English UK. Our two core products are the Business English course that we're going to talk a bit more about in a minute. And we also run a general English program for students and adult learners looking to raise their English competency level generally, not so related to business topics. Okay, we'll just talk a bit now about the Linguaphone Group and Direct English UK. Now, the Linguaphone Group was founded over 100 years ago and is recognized as a leading global language training provider. They're based in the UK and they have licensed partners and distributors all around the world, delivering some of the best English language programs. See some of the places that Direct English is utilized around the world. We have a strong presence in 22 countries right across the Middle East, Europe and Asia. You can see several of them listed there. And there are currently 90 Direct English live centers operating around the world, including our center in Kuala Lumpur. Now, globally, 100,000 learners pass the Direct English courses every year, completing their assessment and fulfilling their goals as learners. Now we have a quick overview of the Business English course. The Business English is tailored specifically for professionals and working adults who wish to brush up on their business English and communication skills. Maybe it's specifically tied to their job role or something that they're keen to develop for themselves relating to their usual work, but they wish to do it in the English language. Now, the Business English aims to build confidence among professionals so that they can carry out their business functions in the workplace and around the corporate world in a second language. So we have a bit about some of the companies that have benefited from these programs now. Direct English is proud to have been the English language training provider of choice for the following companies. Perhaps you recognize some of these, they're fairly big brand names. We've got Microsoft, General Electric, EY, IBM, Maersk, and Hewlett Packard. Probably had dealings with some of these companies at some point. And the DEILC has also assisted several other companies with language workshops and short courses in order to provide English language training. Now, when you sign up for the course, you'll receive a fantastic learning pack. I have one with me here. And this comes with the learning book, the course book, the workbook, a PC video disc, and an audio CD. These materials are what you'll be learning with live instructors during the course, and also used for self-study at home to review topics that maybe you feel you could work more on, and to produce work in between classes. You'll also get access to the Direct English Interactive online learning materials, which help you learn our material on the go. So why choose the Business English course with Direct English? It's a highly flexible and practical course. There's lots of customization available if you would like to focus on a topic more specific to your work function, or if you need flexibility in when you are learning. We're able to be open to that and to work something out that will suit your schedule. Now, the course covers several social aspects of business English, such as dealing with other professionals when you're at a industry event, or perhaps networking events, dealing with customers, inviting them around, presenting to them, and what to do in the downtime in between your business functions to help you utilize English language further and in order to grow your business network. And we also provide learners with an avenue to engage in clear communication, both through spoken and written communication. And we hope that these skills can be immediately useful to you in the workplace. It provides learners with a clear sense of purpose. It's very obvious what you are gaining every step of the way, and it'll help you feel more motivated to continue and really apply yourself to the tasks in the workbook and during the live sessions as well. Of course, you build confidence. You'll feel different immediately when you start doing the topics. Often when I'm in classes, towards the beginning, people are somewhat reserved, but by the end of the session, they're definitely contributing a lot more and feel a lot more confident in their answers and in their abilities as English speakers. Okay, and when you have completed your course, you'll sit for an assessment and be awarded this certificate of achievement in business English from our parent company, Direct English UK, which is a great thing to add to your professional accolades. Here's an overview of the topics that are taught in the Business English course. We start off with a few units on telephoning and all the various different communication aspects that are associated with that. Obviously, there are a lot more barriers to communicating over the phone when you're unable to judge someone's body language. We'll have how to negotiate over the phone. Perhaps you need to make cold calls, or you need to set up a booking for an industry event. And we also cover the kinds of secondary communication, such as following up with emails and confirming that everything has been agreed upon in the correct way. We have a module on team working, which focuses on how to build up a team of maybe cosmopolitan workers around the world, or perhaps a group of different nationals in a city. We'll look how you can review how the team is progressing, how you can assign tasks, how to know when goals are achieved, how to present to your stakeholders, things like that. Then there's the special unit focusing on social English, again, about how to network in English, and how to control a conversation, to steer it certain ways if you want to follow a topic or introduce a new topic, and how to deal with customers as well. If they come to visit you in your city, maybe you need to show them around and take them out for lunch and things like this. The next unit is on presentations, where we'll look at how you can convey your message. We'll go through the different aspects of the presentation, the stages that can be dealt with. We have a unit on customer care, which will be dealing with customer complaints and queries, and how to show empathy with your language, how to get more information out of a customer by asking questions. And then negotiation, we look at different aspects of reaching an agreement with someone who maybe you have to maintain good relations with despite disagreeing on certain things. And okay, so here we look at how the lessons are structured. We run one lesson on a Saturday morning for 4 hours, or we usually run two-hour sessions on weekday evenings. Now, depending on your schedule, maybe one is more convenient than the other for you, but we're also flexible to making a mixture of both as we go along, as long as you cover all the material in the course. You see that the single 4-hour sessions will equate to the same as the two-hour sessions. I think it's 32 hours in total that you spend with our instructors. If you sign up now for our next intake, you'll receive a free English level assessment. This link will be emailed out to you, or you can scan the QR code on this slide and be put in contact with our WhatsApp sales channel. I believe we'll be coming back to this QR code and later on in the presentation if you don't have time to get it down now. If you're in the Zoom chat, you can also see the links for the free English level assessment. You click on that one, you can download the material for the assessment, send it off to us, and those are usually sent back the results within about 24 hours. So just like to mention quickly about our conversation classes as well. These are not like English conversation classes in other language schools or training centers. They've been carefully planned to fit in with our customers' overall learning program. The material is normally designed to stimulate natural conversation between participants, and the conversations are practiced in relation to the business English units and topics that you have covered recently. So if you sign up now for our next intake on the 21st September, you can enjoy this very generous discount on both products. Instead of paying the full fees for the business English and conversation class, we are currently offering both if you sign up for the price of 980 ringgit. Okay, so now we're going to move on and look at today's mock lesson. We'll be covering some of the material from the course book, and this topic is managing change. So given the current climate of economic growth and advancements in communication technologies, changes occur more frequently than ever before in the workplace. So many of these changes offer exciting new opportunities for companies and for individuals, but you'll certainly find every step of the way trying to introduce these new ideas that there are some people who are resistant to these changes. Change can cause fear or anxiety, and so you need to be able to minimize this negative reaction to change in the workplace, and it's something that managers have to develop and certainly deal with when they're trying to introduce changes to processes and policies that people have been using for years and years. So the book is full of these cross-cultural information panels, which provide great insight into the topic and how things are done in English language, which may be different to how some of our learners practice. So although change is often good for business and individuals, it's rarely welcomed because it challenges what people accept as the status quo. Large-scale changes are often greeted with suspicion and negativity within companies, and it's important for managers to be prepared for resistance for some staff. Okay, so let's imagine in this scenario, with proposing some changes at work, and you're part of the conversation. It's important for you to express your reactions appropriately so they don't come off as overly negative, and you're able to get your view across in a balanced manner without too many negative connotations. So we'll look at these pairs of sentences. They have similar meanings, and for each pair, we'll try to decide which is the more polite option. Is it option A or B? So the first sentence reads, my first thought is that this will raise production costs. Alternatively, I know that will raise production costs. Now, the first example here comes across as more polite. It shares it more as your point of view without stating that it's something that you know will happen in such a negative way. The next one, as I see it, we still have a number of issues to resolve. Or, can't you see that we still have a number of issues to resolve? Again, the first option in this case seems to be more polite. It seems to imply that we're not ready to finish. We have more to discuss. There are a number of issues left on the table, rather than the more argumentative stance, implying that the other person isn't paying attention, or that maybe they're foolish for not contemplating that there are still other things that need to be discussed. Okay, the next one. I'm not sure how to react to that suggestion, or that's a crazy suggestion. I think it's fairly obvious that, again, the first one is the more polite way of saying something to someone. If they try to announce something which you're taken aback by, or it seems so outlandish, maybe you're not sure how to react appropriately to a suggestion, but it's better than saying that it's crazy. So the next one, wouldn't it be better to use a courier service? Or, it's obvious that we should use a courier service. So here we're trying to put across the idea that a courier service might be a better solution to the one that's being proposed, but without making it so argumentative. Again, without stating that the person who made the original statement is so foolish, or it should be blindingly obvious that they should have selected a courier service. Why haven't they considered this? So again, asking questions as a way of softening a proposition. In managing change, we look at some hypothetical situations. That's a business skill, as we often have to think about the future and how the decisions that we make will affect tomorrow's operations. So we might consider what would happen if. Now, in these situations, we'll be saying if a past simple verb happen, would something else happen. We use this construct to talk about hypothetical situations when it's based on a condition. If X happened, then Y would happen. Predicting the consequences of change is part of the process of deciding whether the change is good or not. So in this exercise, it would be great to have a group of people and let you get really creative with some of your responses and then be able to discuss them. But I'll just run through them quickly and we'll see what kind of things I can come up with. What we're looking for here is what would you do if, and then a statement. So how would you react if this hypothetical scenario were to take place? The example is, if your family announced they were moving to Australia, well, I would be very excited. What would you do if your manager resigned? Well, I would ask to be considered for his position. How about, what would you do if your company told you to accept a pay cut? This is a change that I wouldn't be so happy about. So I would ask to seek justification over the decision to find out why they are cutting people's pay. What would you do if you were told to give a presentation in English to senior management about the projects that you're working on? Obviously, giving presentations is a very nerve-wracking thing, especially to senior management. So I would seek out a colleague or someone else I know and practice the presentation with them, maybe get some feedback and try to work that into my presentation. What would you do if you were offered a job at a rival company? Well, I would accept it if it furthered my career, or if it was a kind of change that I would want to make. So when we talk about situations and conditions that might impact our business, we use something called a modal verb. These are words like might, may, could. Listen out for these, as they're often used to indicate whether a future situation is only a possibility, a hypothetical, or if it's a certainty, something that will definitely happen. Then we won't hear these words. So we'll look down this list and which of them express possible situations, and try to select which of them express definite situations. Again, looking out for these modal verbs to indicate whether it's a possible situation. The first one, the delivery business will cease operation in 12 months. Okay, that's a definite. There's no two ways about interpreting that. The economic crisis could cause a significant reduction in our business. Okay, this one is only a possible. They're saying that the crisis may cause this, or it could cause this. We're not sure. People from our department may lose their jobs. Again, we've got that modal verb there, so that's just a possibility. The new premises offer better working conditions. Now that's a definite. The company cannot afford to pay its staff. Again, another definite. Research shows that a move north is not popular. Another definite. Fuel prices may cause a price increase this year. Again, we've got that modal verb. This one's a possibility. We're not too sure if it will cause a price increase. Maybe it will. There'll be fierce competition from Asia this quarter. Sounds like a definite statement to me. We could see a huge decline in sales because of the new store. Okay, that one's just a possibility. The new shipping deal could be completed by January 12th. Again, another possibility. Okay, so as we go through the units, we use what we like to call this integrated approach to learning. That's where we'll be developing speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills all together. There's no unit on listening and unit on writing. Some of the more involved in speaking and listening are the telephone and network socializing modules, presentations and meetings and negotiations. They all have this aspect of English about them, but it's not their focus. Similarly, for reading and writing, it's important to understand business letters and proposals. We do lots of work on how to reply with reports and memos and writing emails, and how to develop all these skills together as the units progress. Okay, so now we'll look again at the promotions that we're running. If you sign up now for our 21st September intake, you'll receive this free English level assessment using the Cambridge assessment method we talked about earlier. You can see the link in our Zoom chat. So you complete the assessment, the details will be sent off to us, and we'll normally get these back to you within about 24 hours. We also have links for registering to the course in our Zoom chat, if you're able to get on that now. If you sign up now for our intake on 21st September courses, you'll receive the discount for the business English and conversational class. Again, this is a great discount. It's a great time to sign up. Such a huge discount available for two very well-developed and worthwhile courses, which will help you develop your skills, boost your confidence, and of course, receive all the materials as well that we mentioned. So join us next week for our 8th part in the webinar series, when we'll be looking at the topic of writing reports. That will be on Friday at 1 p.m, the same as this time. And if you would like to view any of our previous business English webinars, they're all up on YouTube, I believe. You go to YouTube and search for Direct English International Language Center. You should be able to find all of the material there. You can scan this QR code, and that will put you in touch with our WhatsApp channel if that's how you prefer to communicate with us. You can send us an email, info@directenglish.edu.my. We've got our website here as well, www.directenglish.edu.my. Or you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, using DEILC Malaysia. So if you want to get in touch or have any further queries about any of the courses we're running or about signing up for the Business English course, this is the place to go. So have a look at some of our frequently asked questions and also Q&A. We've got a couple of questions come in already. So the Business English course duration, like I said, the package includes 16 sessions of 2 hours per week sessions, or if you do the weekend package, it will be 8 sessions and each of them will be 4 hours. So you have a total of 32 hours with a professional instructor to help talk you through the materials and develop your language skills. Are there any entry requirements to this course? Well, you're required to sit for a direct English placement test prior to enrolling in this course. And we state that your English proficiency must be at least A2 or B1 CEFR level in order to understand and fully appreciate the materials that are being taught. Do you charge registration fees? Now, normally we charge a 100 ringgit registration fee, but if you sign up during this promotional period, then we'll waive the registration fee. This is exclusively for webinar participants, so make sure to say that you were in the webinar, and then you'll be able to waive this registration fee. So apart from this course, does the center offer any other courses? We have the General English, the IELTS preparation course. We have English for Marketing, another English for human resources and conversational classes, all provided by Direct English. And are there any hidden charges for the free English level assessment? No, it's absolutely free. As you participated in the webinar, you have access to the links here, and free of charge, no obligation. We'd love to help you out to assess your English level. So anyone lower than A2, B1, CEFR level, you're not allowed to join the course, but we will help you improve your proficiency through our General English course so that you reach A2 level before you enroll in the course, and then you'll be able to understand the materials better. Also had a question. If I did the free English test, how will you show me the results? The results are emailed out to you within 24 hours. That's normally how long it takes to process and get back to you on that. Okay, so I'm going to leave this slide up just in case anyone else wants to get down any of the details here before the end. We've got all our contact details. Of course, you can go and visit our YouTube channel at Direct English International Language Center and review some of the other webinar material. It's easy to go through the exercises. If you're doing it on the YouTube, you can pause it and write your own answers out and then see how you got on as I go through them. And we look forward to seeing you again next week for the report writing unit. And I hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you so much for your attention this afternoon. I hope you found it a bit informative. And yeah, that's all from me. Hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks for your attention. Bye for now.